Hi children, we were discussing mixtures like homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures, then solution, colloidal solution and suspension in the last class. Today we are going to discuss various separation techniques of different components from a mixture. And as we know, there are two types of mixtures like homogeneous and heterogeneous. In homogeneous mixture, the composition is constant throughout the mixture. But in heterogeneous, at different levels, different compositions are there, or non-uniform composition. So in heterogeneous mixtures, the components can be easily separated by some simple physical techniques like hand picking, sieving, filtration, etc. And that we are doing in day-to-day life itself. So today, let us discuss some techniques to separate the components from a mixture. First one, how can we obtain colored component or dye from blue or black ink? To separate colored component from an ink, we have to explain an activity. So, an activity is given in your textbook, activity 2.4. Let us discuss. Fill half a beaker with water. Put a watch glass on the mouth of the beaker. Put few drops of ink on the watch glass. Now start heating the beaker. And we do not want to heat the ink directly. You will see that evaporation is taking place from the watch glass. Continue heating as the evaporation goes on and stop heating when you do not see any further change on the watch glass. Observe carefully and record your observation. Just fill half a beaker with water. Put a watch glass on the mouth of the beaker and add some ink or few drops of ink, blue or black or red ink as you like, on the watch glass. And on heating the beaker, we can see the evaporation takes place from the ink. Then here some questions are given. Let us answer that questions. What do you think that ink has got evaporated from the watch glass? Yes. Is there a residue on the watch glass? Yes, there will be a residue. Here, dye is a non-volatile component. Dye is a non-volatile component, whereas water is a volatile component. Once again, in ink, there are two components. One component is non-volatile in nature, and the other one is volatile in nature. So here, the non-volatile component is the dye, colored component, and the volatile component is water. So here, ink is a mixture of dyes in water. That is a non-volatile component in volatile component. Okay? So, to separate a non-volatile component from a volatile component, we are always using the technique called evaporation. This is the point that you have to keep in mind. Evaporation is used to separate a non-volatile component from volatile component. So, the residue left here is the dye because it is non-volatile in nature. Since water is volatile, it will evaporate. So, water will left and the residue here is the dye. Okay? So, what is your interpretation? Is ink a single substance or is it a mixture? No doubt it is a mixture. That is a non-volatile component in volatile component. The two components present here, one is volatile and second one is non-volatile. Okay, so evaporation techniques is used to separate a mixture containing volatile and non-volatile components. Okay, another simple example for evaporation, that is the preparation of common salt from seawater. The common salt is non-volatile component, whereas water is the volatile one. So to separate common salt from water, we use the techniques evaporation. Okay? Yes. Then, next topic. How can we separate cream from milk? How can we separate cream from milk? While buying milk from shop, we have double toned milk in different packets. Do you notice change in the color of the packet? Sometimes it is blue, sometimes it is green, and sometimes it is yellow, etc. Do you notice the color change? Yes. And what does it indicate? Here, while buying the milk, it has different fat content. That is, they separated fat by using some techniques. So we can buy accordingly, that is according to our need. Okay, so how can we separate cream from milk? To discuss this technique, let's go through another activity, activity 2.5, Take some full cream milk in a test tube. Centrifuge it by using a centrifuging machine for 2 minutes. If a centrifugal machine is not available in the school, you can do this activity at home by using a milk churner used in the kitchen. Do you see the milk churner in the kitchen? Just ask your mother. She will show you. If you have a milk dairy nearby, visit it and ask how they separate cream from milk and how they make cheese or paneer from milk. See, take some milk and churn it using a milk churner. Did you see the centrifugal machine? The centrifugal machine is seen in diagnostic laboratories, in medical laboratories. Do you have any experience there? Yes. And if you get any chance to go there, you just ask them to show. Okay. Yes. Or otherwise, if just reopen the school, let us do this from our school itself. Okay, it is available in our laboratory. And see, the centrifugal machine, what it do is, it spin rapidly. That is in circular motion. And by spinning, what will happen is, the denser particle comes to the bottom and lighter particles stay at top. And this is the principle behind centrifugation. Centrifugation. Simply, we are preparing butter from home just by churning. That spinning takes place there. So what will happen? The butter, that's cream, just comes at the top and milk at bottom. Or in the washing machine, wet clothes are squeezed to dry. That is, water molecule squeezed out from wet clothes by spinning. Okay, so here you have to keep in mind what is the principle of centrifugation. That is, the principle of centrifugation is that the denser particles are forced to the bottom and the lighter particles stay at the top when spun rapidly. Then let us discuss some applications of centrifugation. Used in the diagnostic laboratories for blood and urine tests. Second one, used in dairies and home to separate butter from cream. And third one, used in the washing machine to squeeze out water from wet clothes. Okay, so today we discussed two techniques. First one is the separation techniques of dye from ink by a technique called evaporation. Second one, separation of cream from milk by using a technique centrifugation. Okay students, thank you.